Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Mikeitz, Erev Shabbos, Chanukah, Chodesh. So much light. We spend a lot of time on Chanukah talking about miracles, talking about God's love, talking about assimilation, about the strength of the Jewish people. But I think there's something incredible that we have to look at in Chanukah. In last week's Parsha, Yosef HaTzadik started in a great place in his life and ended down on the bottom, in the lowest of places, in jail. This week's Parsha, Yosef begins in jail and ends up second in command. The world is in front of him. He's able to unfold things and to be able to bring things into fruition that allows for the establishment of the Jewish people. It's incredible. Last week's Parsha is about dreams. This week's Parsha is about dreams. But there's a huge difference. The difference is that in last week's Parsha, Yosef was telling his dreams. He was focused on his own dreams. And when you focus on your own dreams, so then that ends in disaster. But in this week's Parsha, Yosef was focused on somebody else's dreams. How to fulfill and bring to fruition Paro's dreams, ultimately God's dreams. That was a totally different story. When you're focused on somebody else's dreams, that ends in beauty and awesomeness. The Chashmonoim were not focused on their own victories. The Chashmonoim were focused on God, were focused on the Jewish people. They were dreaming for other people. And because they were dreaming for other people, they had incredible success. When all you're thinking about and dreaming about is how you can succeed, it'll end in dismal failure. But when it's about other people, then it's incredible. Chanukah is a poignant reminder, step after step, about other people. We light the menorah in a way that other people can be ignited by our lights. We light it outside. We're mefarsim the nes, we publicize the miracle. There's a discussion that if you have two houses, if you have one house with two doors, a door in one street and a door in the other street, so that people shouldn't be choshed, that people shouldn't suspect that you didn't light the menorah, so then you light in both places. Because you have an obligation to worry about other people. There's a din that if you see the lights, you don't have a house, you want to be yotze in the mitzvah of hadakas neros, so then you look at somebody else's lights and you can make brachas. How's that possible? Somebody else did the mitzvah, you're making brachas, because when they did the mitzvah for you, because that's what Chanukah is about. It's about me committing myself not to me, dreaming not about me, but is dreaming about you and your success. Syrian Greeks made a rules. Kisalachem al karni shor. We have to ride on the horns of an ox. Ein lochem, ein lanu chelek be'elokei Yisrael. We don't have a portion in the God of Israel. But it's not ein li chelek be'elokei Yisrael. Ein lanu chelek be'elokei Yisrael. Because I'm committing myself to destroy my portion and to destroy your portion also. Because they wanted us to use that sense of commitment to others. Not only for good, but for bad. One of the messages of Chanukah is the power of dreaming for other people. Of look what happens when you're committed to others, when you're committed to Klal Yisrael, when you're committed to something much bigger than just you. That's when the lights become the brightest. Shammai says, what do? You start off with 8, then you move down to 1. Because if you start off worrying about everybody else, so then what happens is your light is going to burn brightly. Hillel says, start off with you. But start off with you with the focus that if you light your light, that by definition is going to ignite other people. And you know what's going to happen? Ma'alim b'kodesh v'leim reading. You're going to go up in sanctity and not down. Zois Chanukah, that's going to be the 8th night of Chanukah. The whole world is going to be lit up. Because that's what you were worried about. You were worried about not your fire, but you were worried about other people's fires. Rabbi say, dream big, but dream about others. Don't get lost in your own dreams. Dream about Klal Yisrael. Dream about the Ribbon Shalom. And with that, you will be able to illuminate the entire world. You'll be able to bring the light of God and Torah and purity into every dark corner of the world that we live in. We should have a beautiful, illuminated, incredible Chanukah, beautiful Shabbos, and we should see the lights go on for each and every one of us. Shabbos.